Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy back at it again. What's happening? What's good? What it do? Welcome to another edition of the Rico Report, brought to you by you know who, the Buffalo Fanatics. It's the Rico Report. Love it. Listen, I know that it's tough to tune in to these Bills shows, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Why? It's the offseason. Ain't nothing going on. I get it. Trust me, I'm with you. Sometimes I'm like, yo, man, how am I going to break this stuff down today? Or what segment can I get into, right? You guys already know I got the POP that I'm going to be starting off in the next week or two before free agency, so I got to kind of time that right. But welcome, folks. Welcome to another show. And the offseason is officially upon us. Why? Because the window for franchise tagging players is officially open. And there are several teams that have got tough decisions to make. One of the biggest decisions has to come, or is going to be made, or has already been made, or will be, by the Cincinnati Bengals. And the Cincinnati Bengals, my guy Jeff King, in the building. The Cincinnati Bengals have to make a decision. Now, whether they've officially made the decision, I'm not sure yet. I know that T. Higgins is or will be franchise tagged. Here's the deal. Mama Higgins ain't happy about it. Mama Higgins is out there calling the Bengals out of their name. Calling them, I don't know what it was, selfish, such and such, et cetera, et cetera. Mama Higgins, it's the business. This is the part of the business that your son has to go through. And it sucks because when you perform, you want to be taken care of. You want to be compensated for your performance, or your performances. And if you don't got the money to afford me, I guess it's the best way to put it. Yo, just let me walk. Go do what you got to do. But don't franchise tag me unless you're ready to make a deal with me. And that's fine. We could do it. But don't franchise tag me and then have me play another year under the franchise tag like you did to your boy Jamar, and now he's going to make you pay for it. You think they'd learn their lesson. Franchise tagging the guy, and now the price is going to go up. Jamar Chase is going to rake you guys under the coals. He's going to rake you guys hard, and as he should. Hold on a second. My man said, can't franchise tag someone until their last year. Well, I think they have the ability to franchise tag him. I believe that's what's happening right now. That's the window to do so, and they're about to do it. So it's going to be fun. The season has begun, where now people are going to start getting annoyed because nobody wants to get franchise tagged. Nobody wants to get franchise tagged. And unless you are going to get franchise tagged and you're happy to sit under the franchise tag because of the money you're about to get, but you didn't perform as great, but they don't want to let you go, so they franchise tag you. Now, a guy like T. Higgins, he's about to get the bag anywhere he goes. I know New England and New England fans were like, please let him be available. It ain't going to happen. Cincinnati's like, yo, tag your ass. You're it. You're staying in Cincy. Let's try to work something out. Hopefully they try to work something out, but I know he mad as hell. Mama Higgins is mad as hell. And that's just the nature of the business. That is just the nature of the business. Now, before I get into my own content regarding these Buffalo Bills, I wouldn't call it a funny story, but I went to, I hope he's listening. I hope he's listening right now. So I went to a games night at a dear friend's house, and they were holding. So we had church service on Saturday evening because there was going to be a storm and church was going to be canceled, so they moved it to Saturday evening. So go to church service, and there was a game night afterwards. So I was like, yo, let me just go pop by my friend's house and let's do a game night. And I didn't realize, but I happened to be sitting because I have my man's that's hosting the party with his wife. Shout out to my man Jade. He's a Niners fan, so there's not a whole lot. He wasn't able to do a whole lot of talking this year, rightfully so. And he understood it. He got it. I respect it. Yo, my team, they're sitting on the Super Bowl blues, man, so they're not gonna be in it. All right, cool. Lo and behold, I'm sitting next to a Ravens fan. I didn't know, and my man's is yapping away about, oh, how about, you know what I mean, the DEI. I'm listening. Lamar should have got the MVP, shouldn't have had it. And I'm not saying a word because sometimes you don't know how big someone is a fan. You ever talk to someone that they say they're a fan and then you start hearing them talk and you're like, nah, he ain't a fan. Like he a fan, but he ain't fan. You feel me? You know what those? There's a fan and a fan. I was trying to determine if I was talking to a fan. So I let him go. And he's, Josh didn't deserve it. And so I laid out my case like we've all been doing it all year long. I was like, his defense, well, who won in week 4? Bro, who cares who won in week 4? What happened in the playoffs when it really mattered? I mean, but that's not regular season, bro. That's when I said, no mass. We're done. Because we can't do it. We can't sit here and you tell me I'm laying it out for my brother, right? And then my man Jade is like, yo, he does a podcast. This is what he does. I was like, you damn right, this is what I do. So don't test me. I mean, so I hope he's listening. Is it Terry? I think I remember his name being Terran or Tehran. I told you next year, your ass better come on the show. I'm gonna roast you then. I roast you yet that time. I'll roast you again. But anyway, neither here nor there. Shout out to my mans. And I might even clip this and send that to him just so he knows. All love, though. All love. We got to go back to game night because I didn't do a very good job being in that game night. I was not playing well. Anyway, let's get into the ins and outs, the bolts of free agency. And it starts off with our team. And who is eligible? Who is eligible for, the franchise tag? And right now, we've got a couple folks that are eligible for the franchise tag. Now, here's the deal. Being eligible is one thing. Being worthy to even get the tag is another. We've got a lot of eligible players that can get the tag, but ain't nobody going to get it. Let's just put it out and about. Nobody's getting the tag, so let's put it out and keep it that way. Now, who is on the list that could be a worthy candidate? I mean, some might say, let me pull up my list here. I'm not going to put it on the screen because I screenshotted it. I put all my notes in my phone. So you're looking at Amari Cooper, Rasul Douglas, Quentin Jefferson, Ty Johnson, Reggie Gilliam, Austin Johnson, Dwayne Smoot, Reed Ferguson. DeMar Hamlin is eligible as well. Could get the franchise tag, but he ain't. So here's the deal. Knowing all those names that I put up there, ain't nobody worthy of it. Nobody on that list is worthy of it. Let me tell you, to even go even further, let's see how good you guys are. When's the last time, and without Googling, don't Google, don't go Chat GPT, don't go Copilot. When's the last time a Bills player was franchise tagged? If you know, put it in the chat. And if you're real nice, when's the player before him that got the franchise tag? Now, you probably, if you were doing your homework, you probably, looked upon somewhere today and you probably saw the answers. If you didn't, so be it. Who is the last person that ever got franchise tagged ever? Who's the last franchise taggee, if you will? And if you know that answer, who's the one before that? I'll give you a hint. I'm not going to give you a hint. It's been a while. There's your hint. It's been a while. And I'll give the second name is going to be like, holy crap, it's been that long. And it has been. All right. Signified knows. Cordy Glenn was one of them. Cordy Glenn got it in the 2016 season, right? So we franchise tagged him just in order to make a deal. And then we ended up shipping him off anyway. So out you go. We sent him. Where did we send him again? Cincinnati. You know the drill. Because when we sent him to Cincinnati, we ended up parlaying a couple moves and shifting and moving around. And we were able to get our guy, Josh Allen. So shout out to Cordy Glenn, because him being part of the deal and moving and shaking got us Josh Allen. So the first guy is Cordy Glenn. Do you know the last time we tagged someone before Cordy Glenn? Anybody? Bueller back there? Anybody? Can you take a guess? I'll give you another hint. This person was on the defensive side of the ball. Defensive side of the ball. I can't give you another hint after that. I'll say this. It was a worthy tag. At the time, I thought, yeah, it's worthy. I like it. I mean, you don't got to go what era. It wasn't that long ago. What era? Let's Signified Nose, knock it off, man. Signified Nose got it all. Jairus Byrd. Signified Nose had it actually earlier. I tried to move on from it, but Signify got it. You got it, boy. It was Jairus Byrd. Fam, did you chat GPT that? Did you Google it? Fam, Cordy Glenn, then Jairus Byrd. So safe to say, we don't franchise tag anybody. And not because we didn't have the talent, because we've had talent in the past where we could have franchise tagged somebody. But at the time, there were moments that Bills just never did. We developed them only to see them walk away, which it used to drive me nuts. Talented players on the Bills roster develop, we get them great, and then they take off because we didn't want to pay them. Right? Nah, we ain't gonna franchise tag them. We ain't gonna give them that deal either. We're gonna let them walk away. I think one that didn't sit well with me was Nate Clements. I really thought we were gonna bring Nate Clements back. Another one that sat with me was Greer. Greer was one. Another one that sat with me, we just let walk, was London Fletcher. I'm not saying we should have franchise tagged them, but we could have brought them back. We did neither of the above. We allowed these guys to just walk, and they had good careers after. Winfield, good career after. We just let these good players walk. I never could understand why. It just drove me nuts. Absolutely drove me nuts. So I get into this franchise chatter. And my man said, of course I didn't use Chat GPT. So I get into these conversations with y'all because are we just not drafting the right talent? That's number one. I started thinking about that. And then I'm like, wait a minute, we have a new regime that doesn't allow these players to walk. He actually re-signs his players. And Brandon Beane has had moments where he's drafted players and he's re-signed them and called it a day. Now, could he franchise? Is there anybody worthy of a franchise tag now? No. Will there be anybody worthy of a franchise tag next year if it comes to that? Christian Benford might be one of them. You just never know. But here's the deal. Here's the deal, though. I think we'll get that Christian Benford deal done before it even gets to that, because that's another great thing that we gain from our leader at hand, obviously. But look at the amount of money that would be paid if we had to franchise tag. So if you got a franchise tag a quarterback right now, it's going to cost you $41 million. You want to franchise tag a linebacker? $27 million. A receiver? $25 million. Ain't no linebacker on our squad worthy of a tag at $27 million. Obviously, we don't have to deal with the quarterback position because that boy worthy of every penny he's going to get. $25 million, ain't nobody worth it. And now we're going to get into that, right? $25 million. Remember that number, $25 million. O-line, another $25 million. If you gotta go and get after O-line and tag him, $25 million. That's what it's going to cost you. It's a lot of money. A defensive end. If we next year, it'll probably go up just a little bit. But if we have to tag someone, maybe it's Greg Rousseau. Is he going to be worthy of a $25 million tag? Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. Defensive tackle, $23 million. Cornerback, $20 million to tag a corner. Somewhat worthy. That's a decent number. Not too crazy. If you're worthy, if you're good enough to get it, cool. A safety, $19 million. Now, that's crazy to me. Tagging a safety $19 million would be absolutely nuts. And then it gets followed by a tight end at $14 million. A running back is tagged at $13 million. And special teams at 6.5. Running back is intriguing because let's just say we allow, because I could totally see this move happening. Tell me you can't see this happening here. James Cook plays through this year. I know he's asking for $15 million. All right. Brandon Beane says, nah, bro, you're going to play this. You're going to play through this year. And if you show me what you got and duplicate your season from last year to this year, okay, we could talk about it. I could totally see it happen because get all of what, and this is I don't want to call it dirty, but this is the business side that athletes hate, is that tag, right? So James Cook is at what, 24 years, 25 years of age? He plays another year, gets into his year 26. We tag him. Year 27. All right, bye. We pretty much got what we needed out of James Cook. Oof, that would be dirty, wouldn't it? Just give me the freaking long-term deal that I'm owed and deserve. But Brandon B might come in and be like, yo, you know what? I'll tag you at 13. Why not? I'll just tag you and call it a day. And by then, I'll have my backup set up, ready to go. And Ray Davis will. But Ray Davis ain't a young spring chicken. He's 25 as well. 25 going to be 26. Ty Johnson's 25. I think Ty Johnson's 27, going to be 28. So that's the dirty part of the game. Tagging a running back, ooh, you hate to see it, but it happens. And you got to play the game. You take your money, know what it is. Just you gotta try to avoid injury as best you can. So I give you those figures to get into certain players that are they worthy of a tag, number one? And if they're not worthy of a tag, are they worthy to be brought back? And this is why I wanted to have this show. This show is going to be about certain key players that I've listed off on that list that, A, are they worthy to be brought back? And what kind of deal are we looking for? And who deserves to stay on this team? And let's build around this player and develop this player some more so we can see if we can make a run and get back to the Super Bowl. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day, right? Am I wrong? That's what it comes down to. So as we're talking, I'm going to get into a few players. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 players that are worthy candidates of being brought back to the team. Question is, do we let them walk or do we let them stay? Now, this is like an off portion of my segment of POP, but I wanted to get that out there since the franchise tag window opened up. Let's talk about it. So number 1 on my list right now is Damar Hamlin. D-Ham. What are your thoughts on D-Ham if the team decided to bring D-Ham back? The contract wouldn't be crazy. There are some pros to the situation, and there are definitely some cons to the situation. So, Damar Hamlin, worthy to bring back or not? Let me just change my thing here. Do we re-sign Damar Hamlin? What's your thoughts? Yay or nay? Because I'll tell you something right now. If you look at his spot track, the numbers are there. Sometimes I can't even chat and type at the same time. Isn't that annoying? I can't do both at the same time. Here we go. Do the Bills resign Damar Hamlin? All right. Because that's the first guy on my list. It's a tough one for me. Because here are the pros and here are the cons. Let's talk about it, right? If you go with Damar Hamlin, somebody say, yo, stop wasting time. Don't even bother. Absolutely not. Everybody's like, don't even think about it. Fam, I got to talk about it. You know I have to. I can't just say no. We got to sensibly talk about these situations. All right? Koala's like, yo, we're a championship hunting team. We don't have time to keep wasting our project guy. I'm with you. Brother, I'm with you, but we still got to talk about it. Let's give Damar Hamlin that respect and talk about it. All right? Let's do this. Let's do this. D-Ham. Pros and cons. All right? The pros. D-Ham is a 4-year, he's a 4-year guy in the league. That's number 1. He got his first year as a starter. That's number 2. I didn't expect D-Ham to play the way he did. I honestly anticipated that he'd be the third safety, the rotational safety. If we need somebody to come in and be a body, if you will, then that's where D-Ham would come in and do it, because we brought in Mike. It's been so long, so he never even touched the field, right? His name is eluding to me right now. So we brought in some depth players. I mean, Kareem Jackson was on the team, for crying out loud, right? We brought in some guys that came in and were trying to you know what I mean, take the position and be there. Mike Edwards, thank you very much. Mike Eddy was non-factor to the point where he's like, yo, what am I doing here, man? Release me, please, and thank you. All right, I'm out of here. DeMar took on the challenge, took on the position, and held it all year and didn't play terribly. Were there moments where you're like, But there were also moments where he was there in the right place, right time, and did what he's supposed to do. You got to give him credit for that. So 4 years in the game, right? He wasn't that crazy a liability. I think he had his best game as a pro. It was a Ravens game. This playoff game, that was the best game as a pro I've ever seen from DeMar Hamlin. He put the best tape on film. Absolutely. So what's it going to cost to bring D-Ham back? And is it worth it? Now, I have to admit, last year, I thought they were going to get I thought he was just going to get released and keep it a buck, and he was out of here. I thought they kept him on because it just would have looked absolutely nasty if they, after his tragedy, he fights his way back into getting his confidence back and all that, just for them to say, yeah, you know what? You got to go. No, they kept him. They kept him on the squad, and he did his whole tour of, the PR tour, all that stuff. Could you imagine if they had to explain why they cut a guy that actually died on the field? Bro, they couldn't have done it. So they had to hold on to him. Now, whether financially it was viable, fine. But fam, it would have been an awful look if the Bills say, yeah, I know you lived, but and we're happy for you. We're absolutely happy for you. But here's your severance package, and away you go. Bro, they would have been cooking the Bills. So the Bills held on to him. This upcoming year, I absolutely thought he's just going to get beat out. He'll be a depth player. Maybe they'll cut him at the end and call it a day. Bro, he overachieved. He absolutely overachieved. So you got to give him credit for that. So good stuff. So here's the deal. 26, still a young guy, 27 years of age, 4 years in the league. He was getting paid peanuts, so it made sense for the team to keep him. If you bring D-Ham back, you tell him you're going to compete for the starting spot with Cole Bishop, like he was going to this offseason. And if you don't make it, you don't. And I can bring you back on the team for 2 years, $6 million, and I pay you $3.1 million. Call it a day. You're getting paid $3 million. And I have a guy that knows the system, that's gaining his confidence back. He was a full-time starter, so he has experience. He's got playoff experience. It's not a bad depth piece to bring back if you understand that Cole Bishop is going to be your guy and he's going to be your depth guy. 2 years, $6 million isn't crazy. Isn't crazy to bring back as a depth guy. And if he happens to compete and he beats out Cole Bishop because Cole Bishop just seems to not get it, which I highly doubt is going to happen, then it's a win-win. Think about that just a moment. It's not so bad. Now, the question is, do you bring him back? Do you bring him back? Because now you're telling the team, as a depth player or a starting player, depending on how they see him or how they deem him, you're telling the rest of the defense that this guy right here is going to help us get to a championship. Are you going to believe that? If you're Christian Benford, and I'm not trying to put Christian Benford on the spot, but if you're Christian Benford, if you're, Ed Oliver, you're Terrell Bernard, you'd be like, yeah? Is that what y'all think? Okay. So that's one way to look at it. So we'll discuss this afterwards. So DeMar Hamlin, do you see the team bringing him back based on what I've shared with you? Remember, if he gets brought back, his salary would be peanuts. The salary would be peanuts. He has 1 year starting experience, had his best tape against a playoff team against the Ravens in the playoffs, and he was in there he was tackling, making moves. His confidence is up. Now he's not worried about if I make a tackle this way, man. Yo, he's ready to go. So, and he knows the system. At the end of the day, is he talented enough? Can he go toe-to-toe with the big-time safeties in this game? Will he be a liability? Because there are some moments where I was like, yo, where D-Ham at? Where he at? Does he have the speed to stay over top? Does he know where he's supposed to be at all times? Those are things that you're going to ask for. I mean, you have a safety in Javon Holland that's going to be available. Wouldn't you try to throw your hat in that mix to see if you can get him on the squad? I mean, there's a lot of things that we can talk about. So D-Ham is the number one, the one that player that I want to chat on. My man is not even hearing it. Aaron's just like, bro, stop the cap. Cut him. Yo, y'all are harsh, bro. Cut the fat, this brother said. Yo, I get it, but I have to give you all the angles. I got to give you all the angles because sometimes you just got to, you know what I mean, give it some thought. Here's the next one. All right, before I get into my next player, let me see what y'all are saying in the chat right now. My man Rob said, yo, Hamlin's gone. Douglas is gone. Elam's getting traded. It's got to be a different backfield next year, for sure. I'm with you. Koala Bear says, Hamlin an expired contract too. He might have no choice but to come back to the Bills. This is what I'm saying, brother. This is what I'm saying. He might not have no choice. And they might just say, hey, we'll take you back, but you're going to be at a depth position. Cole Bishop is the guy we're going with. Are you okay to be the backup? Here's the deal we're going to give you. 2 years, 5.7 mil. I don't know. Think about it. That wouldn't be so bad as a depth player. And if you get into a pinch where you need him, he can come in there. He gets it. All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Yo, y'all are mean, man. Golly, give him a chance. My man, Jeff Key says, Iran is correct. The PR-ish and the compassion just ended. There's no more compassion. It's over with. Yo, we gave you the love last year. The love is done. That hourglass is flipped over. The last grain of sand has dropped. Ain't no love in this piece anymore. Damn, y'all are cold. Y'all are cold, man. All right, let's keep it rolling. Next on the list. Let me get my let me edit this piece real quick. Next on the list, I think this is one that that's gonna have people either for or against. I'm not sure. We'll see how you guys look at it. Here we go. Next on the list here, folks. Ty Johnson. Do the Bills re-sign Ty Johnson? Ty Johnson is slated to be a free agent. Here's the deal. Here's what you need to know about Ty. 27, could be 28 years old. Some might say that's the prime of your life. When you remember when you guys were 27, 28? Did you feel good? Wasn't that the prime? I'll tell you. I think I was at the prime of my physical life and all that stuff. I think 2016. I think I was probably the prime. Prime Rico was like 2016-ish, 2015-ish. You know what I mean? I was best shape. I was all right, young father doing it. You know what I mean? Still looking all right. You know what I mean? Still active, doing all that. Imagine 27, 28, bro. You're chilling. You're good. Imagine that. So Ty Johnson, 27, 20, going to be 28, 6 years in the game. So he's got the experience in the game. He knows Buffalo. He's a piece that is well used, right? He's only making 1.2 mil last year. If he decides to return or if they decide to bring him back, his market value is 2 years, 5.3 mil, making 2.7 mil a year. But here's the deal. Do you bring back your third string running back? I mean, think about it. Forget about the name. Most people look at the third string running back like, nah, I'm good. Peace. I got my top two. So what I need to pay a third string running back 5.7 mil? That's absolutely insane. No. But people are making they're making a listen, you guys would rather keep Ty Johnson over DeMar Hamlin. That started all year last year. Think about that for a quick second. So let's make the case for Ty. Ty Johnson, a reliable third down back that will pass protect, that will get you the tough yardage that you absolutely need in trustworthy moments, will catch the ball downfield and be a difference maker. We've seen it. We witnessed it. It was done all year. And made a clutch catch in a playoff game when we needed it most, when the Denver Broncos were, a surging team, and Ty Johnson catches the ball out of the end zone, slides in, controversial. Does he get in? Does he not? Is his foot on the line? Bro, it's a touchdown. Weren't we ever happy that Ty Johnson was in that moment at that time? Woo! Amazing. But he's the third string running back. You got James Cook that you're probably going to pay this offseason. You got Ray Davis that you just drafted. Bro, we got Frank Gore Jr. waiting in the wings. Why do we need to pay Ty Johnson $5.7 million over 2 years? That's the other argument. We know what he's capable of doing. We know that he's a trustworthy guy. We know that he's a great locker room guy. Oh, and let's not forget, if you're in a pinch, he can kick and punt return. So do you bring back Ty Johnson? Is Ty Johnson worthy enough to come back to the Bills? Talk to me now. You guys feel good about it or what? It's a tough one. I'm looking at Jeff King says, I love you, DeMar. Number 3, that love just ended with the Super Bowl. Hey, I get it. Flex says, DeMar started because we didn't have anyone better. Ty is our third string, but he's incredibly valuable. He absolutely is valuable. Is he valuable enough for you to pay your third string running back $5.7 million over 2 years? Which is about $2.7 million for your third string running back. It sounds crazy because any other third string, I don't know anybody in the league that's got a third string running back that potentially could be making that type of money. Now, I'm not saying it's a terrible decision to make. I'm not, because he brings value to the team. But you got to look at it both ways. I know the value he brings, but is the value enough for me to pay him that much if he's just going to be on the field a couple times here and there? Because my workhorse is going to be James Cook, and he may demand more touches. So that means more touches for James Cook, less touches for Ty Johnson, that you're going to try to pay $2.7 million a year. Are you ready for that? That's a tough decision. Walter says, that's a tough decision for you, maybe. The Ty decision seems pretty unanimous in the chat. I'm telling you right now that I'm trying to make a case here. I see what the chat is saying, but I'm trying to make a case here. But nobody's wavering. It's like, fuck all that. You're talking a whole lot of mess right now. Bring Ty Johnson back. All right, shoot. We 2-0 versus Rico. Hey, I didn't say yay or nay for DeMar Hamlin. I just put the facts out for y'all, and then we'll revisit it at the end of the show. Let's keep it rolling. So Ty Johnson, y'all seem to be in favor of bringing him back at $2.7 million. I like it. All right, boom. Let's go to this one. This one's an interesting one. I'm curious to see how y'all are going to receive this one here. Who do you think my next person on the list is going to be? Let me just shoot. I just deleted it when I didn't want to delete it, but anyway, it's all good. Let me rewrite this thing because it messed up on me. All right. Who do you think is coming next? And do we bring this player back? This I'm absolutely interested in. Here we go. Mac Hollins. Do the Bills bring back Mac Hollins? And if we bring back Mac Hollins, what's his value? Here's the deal. Mac Hollins, 31 years of age, going to be 32. 8 years in the league, a veteran guy, gets the job done. You know what's up. He made $2.6 million last year. We brought him on a 1-year deal, $2.6 million. Right now, his value, his market value as of right now is a 1-year deal, $2.4 million. To me, here are the pros and cons. Here's your pros. The guy he's a gamer. He's an absolute gamer. When you need him to step up and make a play for you, he will do it with with just such, I guess with the best way I can explain it, he'll do it without even blinking. Not even, no, he's got ice in his veins. He led the team in freaking receiving touchdowns, for crying out loud. How do you not bring that guy back? Not only is he one of Josh Allen's favorite targets, he's one of Josh Allen's absolutely reliable targets, dependable targets. He's a great personality in the locker room. He's a great community guy. The Bills Mafia love him. I mean, shoot, are we bringing him back? Is this a no-brainer? Now, here's the deal, though. Hold on. He is going to be 32. 32 years old. You know what that means in the NFL. 32, you up there. We call that long in the tooth. He may not have the speed that these young guys have. I mean, and he may not have the route running abilities like all these young guys, but he seems to be available every time Josh Allen needs him. How could you not bring this guy back to the Bills? At market value of only 1 year, $2.4 million, you absolutely bring him back because there's just more upside to bringing him back than letting him go. This ain't, just some run-of-the-mill type dude. Like, for others, perfectly fine. When he was with the Raiders, he was one of the better receivers on the squad. I don't know what the heck happened to him in Atlanta, but he found himself a right team with this Buffalo Bills. I can't see why they don't want to bring this guy back. Now, the only thing that stands out to me is if they say, hold on, did no one see that over the shoulder? But like, oh, I know. Please, 32 or not, he's an effing gamer. Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. Facts. 32 or not, he comes to play. And somebody in the chat says, yo, his immune system is absolutely unreal. It's facts. This brother been walking barefoot in minus degree. He don't care. He walking out just like nothing. So the other side of it is, bro, he's 32. I have an ability to go and replace that player with a young guy in the draft. Why would I bring Mac Hollins back at 32 years of age? You did what I needed you to do. Now I can go and get a young guy to develop. Give more time to Keon Coleman to develop. I don't need to listen. Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel. I already got those three guys. I got Dalton Kincaid. That's going to be getting a lot. I might draft another receiver. I may not need you. I can't even do that to myself. There should be no reason that Brandon Beane does not bring him back to the team. There should be no reason. I know I was trying to hold off to the end, but there should be no reason that he does not get brought back to the team. The only reason that I can sit here and tell you that he doesn't get brought back is if he says, hey, I know the market value says 1 year, $2.4 million. I honestly believe I'm worth more than that. And because I feel like I'm worth more than that, my price has gone up. Well, what are we talking about here, Mac Hollins? I want to be able to retire somewhere. So instead of this 1 year deal, I'd like to spend the next 2 to 3 years in one destination, and I can call it a day when I'm 35, 36 years of age. So give me a 3-year deal similar to what Curtis Samuel got. What if he did ask for that? Instead of 24 mil, give me 3 years, 18 mil. Would you guys be accepting of that if he came back and says, hey, I want to end my career here. Whether you guys want to do a void here afterwards, if you feel I didn't do it, but I feel that I'm still capable of playing, give me a 3-year, 18 mil. So too rich. Okay. At least I know where you guys stand. So if he says, give me 2 years, 12 mil. Are you guys up for that? 2-year deal, 12 mil. I'm curious. Because he might say, yo, just give me, I got one. If I've got 1 more year in me, at least make it worth my while. Give me 2 years, 8. Give me 2 year 12. Damn, not even 2 year 12? Golly. Y'all are harsh. Richard Ford says, yo, 3, maybe 3 12? All right. 2 9? 2 years, 9 mil? Can we do that? And would you guys be okay with that? 2 years, 9 mil? Because He might come back and say, fam, 1 year, 2.5. Come on, man. Like, I'm trying to be here for a while. Make it worth my while, bro. And then my man comes back. Brandon B might say, yo, I got Tyrell Shavers ready to roll. Speed, length, I got it all. Why would I go and spend 30, on a 32-year-old? Those are the things that you gotta, think about. So y'all were ready to have him back, but the minute he asked for a little bit of money, y'all like, nah, bro, we ain't doing that. They gave you the Drake hands. Nah, bro. He's giving you the Drake hands. Brandon B is like, nah, man, I can't do that. My man Savi says you're absolutely worth $6 million. All right, 2 years, 12 mil. 6 years, and then we'll call the second year void. Second year void. If you see that I got something, then cool. You damn right I'm baiting you guys. You guys he's throwing us softballs. Well, I gotta make it tough for you guys now. I gotta make it tough because he might come back. It's all about what the team wants. Hold on, what about what I want? The player's gonna come back and try to give us something too. 2 year 8, that might sit well with him. I could totally see something like that. 2 year 8.5, that might sit well. So either way, I think they make the deal and they bring my man back. That's the way I look at it. But we'll talk about it when we come back. Here we go. Here's one that's very interesting. I'm very interested in what you guys think about this one up here. Who do you think is next on my list? I'll tell you guys, I only had a list of 5. And then we'll move on to our next point. So next up on my list, let me fix this up real quick. Because this one, I'm curious to see how y'all will receive this one. Because this one's a bit tough. Here we go. Ready? Rasul Douglas. What do you do with Rasul Douglas? Do you bring back Rasul? Do you let him walk? What kind of deal is he looking for? Let's talk about it right now. So Rasul Douglas, we brought him back. Traded for him a couple years ago, gave up a 3rd-round pick, and when he came in balls to the wall. He was absolutely everywhere, taking the ball away. He was a turnover king, man. He was helping us get back on track because we lost Tre'Davious White. And Rasul was a breath of fresh air. He came up with a nasty little attitude, a guy that can play the zone position very well. He's known as a zone corner. You'll love to see what we had when we brought him in over the trade from the Green Bay Packers. And it was a tough one because I think he expected to stay in Green Bay for the rest of his career. So now he's in Buffalo and he's like, I wasn't sure how to take this on. They took him on with open hands and he killed it the year that he was here. Rasul Douglas comes into this year or this past year, and not that he had a awful year. It was nothing that could explain that it was an awful year, but he certainly didn't give us what he gave us the year prior. So it had me kind of unsure as to what I think the Bills will do with Rasul Douglas in that left cornerback spot, depending on where you're looking from. Christian Benford has got one side locked down. What do you do with Rasul Douglas? Well, Rasul Douglas, 30 years of age, going to be 31 this next year. He's got 8 years in the league, so he's a veteran guy. He's been around, but he's not old. He's still got some juice left. He was making $7 million a year last year. Market value right now, according to SpotRack, 3 years, $35 million, which should put him in that $11.9 million a year bracket. So I go to my fellow Bills Mafia. Do you bring back Rasul Douglas, yay or nay? Now let's talk about the pros and let's talk about the cons. So Rasul Douglas, not a guy that will be caught, in making rookie mistakes, right? Young guy mistakes. A guy that's been around. He's been in different systems. He understands the game. He understands where he's supposed to be, right? He's a veteran guy in the locker room. So there's some great qualities that he brings into this team. He has the ability to get nasty and get dirty and jump in and make some tackles, right? He's got the knack for where the football is. Didn't quite find it this year, but the year before that, he was absolutely everywhere. You love to see it. And it gives you a veteran guy on one side of on your defense. Think about it. You're gonna potentially have Cole Bishop, you're gonna have Christian Benford, right? You have some two young guys there. And Rasul Douglas gives you like a veteran guy that's seen things in this game. So what do we think about Rasul Douglas returning? 3 years, 35 mil, $11.9 million. Are you in on bringing him back and pairing him with Christian Benford and running it back with this defense? Think about it. Rasul, Benford, Cole Bishop, Taylor Rapp. Are you good with that nucleus? Or do you feel that we should open up that cornerback spot and get someone in here that gives us a little bit more juice, a little bit more youth? What say you? Do you like the 3 years, 35 mil, 11.9 mil? My man Walter says, that's a hell nah for me. Take that BS somewhere else, is what he's saying. My man said, yo, no, save the money and draft a cornerback. These guys don't come up very often. Got to strike while the iron is hot. Who are we referring to? Because I'll tell you right now, if you look at Rasul Douglas, let me pick up my guy Rasul Douglas here. If you look at Rasul Douglas and you look at his market value, and the market value is not crazy. Like paying a corner 11.9 mil, that's not a 34, 35-year corner. He's 30, going to be 31. He's going to be going into his third year with the team. They know him quite well, but do you want to invest another 2 years in Rasul Douglas? That's the real question. Are you ready to do all that? That's question number one. Question number two. If you do bring him back, you're looking at the comparable players that gave him what he kind of gave you. His comparables are the Darius Slays of the world, the Darius Williams, the Cameron Suttons, the Kendall Fullers. Those are around, guys that are based around his age, contract status, stats. So his stats are compared to those guys. So if I were to say, did you want to take a Darius Slay if he was available? Well, Darius Slay kind of give you similar productivity that Rasul Douglas gave you. So you ready to do that? So those are things that you gotta compare. You want to stay with. Now, in that range, those are the players that you want to compare to. Now, are you ready to pay up 11.9 mil for Rasul? You got some pros, you got some cons in there. Are we ready? And right now, it doesn't seem that anybody's split on this. My man Koala says, I'd offer Rasul 1 more year, not 2. But he may not want that. You got to think about it. He's still got enough juice that he will be, looked at by other teams. So the question becomes, are you ready to dance? Let's dance. Yo, Buffalo, are we trying to work something out? Because Brandon Beane said it. He's not trying to spend money. So him not trying to spend money, this might be right up his alley. I told you I'm not trying to spend money. So I'm going to keep the guys that I have. I'll talk to my defensive coordinator. Did you like what Rasul gave you this year? Are you big on that? Were you okay with it? Do you feel you can get another level out of him? All right, then we're going to keep him. But if Coach McDermott and Babbage are talking about, nah, bro, he ain't it, then we talk about a different ballgame here. So Rasul Douglas, 3 years, 35 mil is what they're saying. Spot Track is saying that he potentially could net a 3-year deal, 35 mil, paying him about 11.9 mil. We'll round it up to 12 mil a year. For these top corners getting 20 plus at 12 mil, you can get him. Maybe that's not a bad idea. Y'all let me know. Slick Cook says, yo, I'm not giving Douglas another game in Buffalo uniform. You out of here, bro. I ain't giving you not another game. All right. So that's Rasul Douglas. Y'all beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think. And then we're going to get into the last one. Last one on the list for me. And this one's a big one. I'm curious to see how y'all feel about this one. And ladies and gentlemen, Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper. Do you bring back Amari Cooper? Think about it now. Think about it. We traded for Amari Cooper. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler. And it wasn't like he was a 5-time Pro Bowler like 3 years ago. He was a Pro Bowler last year. So what do you do with Coop? Do you keep him? Do you move on from him? Let's talk about it. Pros and cons. Let's go to the pros, right? Let's be positive. When we brought him to Buffalo, we desperately needed somebody that could A, get separation, and B, distract the defense. Meaning, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful manner. Distract the defense as in, okay, they have Amari Cooper, so we have to, game plan for him as well. We can't just look at this receiving core and be like, man, F that guy, yo, just focus on that guy right here. Putting him on the team forced defenses to just not just focus on that guy. And what it ended up doing was ticking up the offense a tad. It actually got the offense to put up 2-3 more points per game. It gave other guys big-time opportunities. Keon Coleman got a chance to learn from Amari Cooper. I mean, for heck's sake, Amari Cooper, first game in, doesn't even know the plays, gets on the field, gets a head nod from Keon. Keon's like, yo, this is what you got to do without even...
Buffalo Fanatics, what's going on? This is Pierre the Kingpin, and I wanted to talk to you today about Cigars International, which is the ultimate destination for premium homemade cigars. Known as the industry leader, Cigars International offers the largest selection, unbeatable prices, and a customer service experience that's second to none. Whether you're new to cigars or a seasoned vet, Cigars International makes enjoying cigars easy, approachable, and fun. Cigars International is the go-to retailer for all things cigars, with the biggest selection of premium homemade cigars available anywhere. Cigars International offers unbeatable deals and discounts, making it easy to stock up on your favorite or try something new without breaking the bank. With fast free shipping and their 100% satisfaction guarantee, you can shop with confidence knowing that Cigars International stands behind every order. They have good relationship with vendors that helps provide great low prices. Whether you're new to cigars or a seasoned pro, Cigars International makes it easy to find the right cigar with helpful guides, staff reviews, and expert advice. It's not just about cigars. Cigars International also offers a wide range of accessories and more to elevate your smoking experience. Check out the great deals every day at cigarsinternational.com. That's cigars, CIGARS, international.com. Use code FANATICS at checkout for 20% off your order of $50 or more, plus free shipping. Or visit www.cigarsinternational.com/fanatics, and the discount will automatically apply. Again, use code FANATICS at checkout for 20% off your order of $50 or more, plus free shipping. Or visit www.cigarsinternational.com/fanatics, and the discount will automatically apply.
Saying any words, you know what I mean? And boom, there's a touchdown. So how do you not want to bring a guy like that back to the team? You see how favorably he spoke about Buffalo. What a gem of an individual. He just wanted to be part of a winning program. He hasn't been. He was with the Raiders. He was with the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? He went to Cleveland. Like, yo, I just want to be around a winner. A winner. I want to be around a winning quarterback. Bro, I'll play my part. If I don't get the football, but we're winning, bro, let's keep it rolling. And he was accepting of it. Now, was he just saying that just, you know what I mean, to be media friendly? Or did he actually mean it? And if he meant it, are you ready to come back and try to get things cracking again? So that's the one thing I look at. And if you've heard me say this before, and I'm going to say it again, I refuse to believe that Amari Cooper all of a sudden don't have it no more. I can't. I won't. I won't sit there and believe that stuff. So, 30 years of age, about to turn 31. Let me see how old he is. He is officially 30. He's going to be 31. He's turning 31 in June 18th. So he's going to be 31. We'll call him 31 right now. So 31 years of age. He's going into year 10. He's going into year 11 because he just finished year 10. Going to year 11. He was making about $20 million a year last year, obviously off the trade. Now you bring him back to this team, according to Spot Rack, it'll only cost you 2 years, $28 million. $28.4 million. That's costing you $14 million a year. Do you see how much these boys are getting paid out there? And you get 2 years out of Amari Cooper, around Keon Coleman, around Curtis Samuel, around Dalton Kincaid, around James Cook. At 28.4 mil over 2 years at 14.2, how do you not bring him back? And when I look at what SpotTrack is telling me in terms of comparable players, statistically and all that, you got Mike Evans on the type of contract that he could gain, Tyler Lockett, Brandon Cooks, Stephon Diggs, right? That's the type of money that these guys around that contract length, that's what these guys are going to be getting. Statistically, Amari Cooper's around these guys. You can't say not, right? Receiving targets per game, he was getting 7 receiving targets per game from 2022 to 2024. Stephon Diggs, 9.5. Brandon Cooks was getting 8 targets. Tyler Lockett was getting 7 targets. Mike Evans was getting 8 targets. The last 2 years, he was getting 4 targets, 4 receptions per game. The last 2 years for Amari. 6 for Stephon, 5 for Brandon, 4 for Lockett, 4 for Mike Evans. Almost 4.5. I'll say 5. I'll just round it up. So 5 for Mike Evans, 5 for Lockett. And right now, my man Amari Cooper was getting about 4. 64 yards a game is what he was gaining. And as opposed to the other guys, the other guys were much above. So he's on the lower tier of these guys here, statistically, and some of the things that I'm looking at right now. So at 14 mil, do you do it? Does it seem too steep? Do you take that money and say, yo, Amari, it's been real, it's been cool. I'm going to send you packing, bro. Like, yo, you go find that deal somewhere else. The chemistry between you and Josh, it just wasn't it. And this is what gets me into the cons. Him and Josh just never could get like this. They just couldn't. And I've seen receivers go on new teams and they just jump in and get busy right off the rip. Who do we have that joined our team several years ago? I forgot. His name was Deontay. Was it Deontay Johnson? I can't recall. First name was Deontay. I just can't recall exactly what it was. And he got brought onto the team, and him and quarterback were like this. They just clicked. It just worked. Amari, it didn't quite work. Now, blame it on the injury, the broken wrist, the time with Josh. Yeah, not Deontay Hardy. It wasn't Hardy. It was Deontay Thompson. Thank you very much. Deontay Thompson joined the squad. Very little time. He was making things work. So I don't want to hear that it just the chemistry, they need time. I've seen quarterback and receiver mesh right off the rip because they just get each other. So what was it between Josh and Amari? That can't be ignored. You can't pay someone 14 mil for him and Josh not to be like this. It's got to work. So 14 mil seems super low for the caliber of receiver that Amari is. And I would chalk up last year as one of those weird years. But how do you know that it's going to change? Does it remain the same? Walter says, I'm not hearing any injury excuses for Cooper because we aren't hearing for Coleman. We aren't hearing for Coleman, who was better despite missing more games. Listen, I get what you're saying. I personally am not one to sit here and his wrist and that, because he never made a big deal out of it. He just took his time off, did what needed to be done, and away we go. So I say all this. By the way, Jeff King says, listen, was that by design or circumstance, Rico? Coop is a gentleman, plays the game for the love of the game, not to mention he came in midseason. You're right. This is why I'm in the camp of bringing him back. I just can't come to the notion that he just can't play. I just can't. You just came from a team, Cleveland, that was every other quarterback was throwing you the football. And you were still able to cook and do what you do. So what was it between you and Josh? Maybe you just need a whole offseason together to get it right. And I could totally see something like that happening. You saw when Josh Allen, the Bills acquired Stephon Diggs, they had a whole offseason to click, to understand what they wanted to do with one another, and they were cooking from 2020 to 2024. Boy, them boys were unstoppable. Just saying. So what do we do with Amari Cooper? Y'all let me know. Beat it up in the comments. Bring him back. Is 2 years, 14 mil just the right deal? Or do you guys feel that's just way too much? Y'all talk to me. Lose with me. He's like, nah, bro, I'm with you, bro. He's too good for that. You're not going to sit here and just, sit here and try to disrespect Amari Cooper like he's some bum. He certainly is not. And I'm not going to allow that to happen. So here's where I'm at, folks. Let's run it back before I get out of here. Damar Hamlin. I'm going to give the old Gladiator. When Gladiator wanted to, decide in the movies, when they wanted to decide, whether you're going to make it or you're not going to make it, thumbs up or thumbs down is what we're going to do. We're going to sit like this and we do this. So Damar Hamlin. I thought about this one. This one was a tricky one for me. Why? Because I felt like if you bring it back as a depth player, you got something. If you're bringing it back as a starter, I don't know. My man Walter says, so let me get this straight, Rico. We consider Diggs washed after a slow second half under a new OC, despite 3 elite seasons prior, but I'm giving Cooper the benefit of the doubt. Well, hold on now. Oh, chill. First of all, I'll speak for myself. I never called Diggs washed at all. I know Diggs can play. I know, did he slow down a little bit? Maybe. But washed? No, sir. Will not. Now, as for Cooper, but giving Cooper the benefit of the doubt, you have to give him the benefit of the doubt. How could you not? He came in halfway through the freaking season. How do you not give him the benefit of the doubt? Diggs has had ample time with Josh. Yes, he got a new OC, but you know your quarterback. You and your quarterback got to be in one accord. So I'm not going to sit here and compare the two because it's hard to compare the two. I just met you, Joshua. You know what I mean? Give me an offseason with you. Let's work with each other. Let's talk. You know what I want. I know what you want. You know where I want. You know where I want to be. I know where you want me to be. Let's work it out. We'll get there. And we'll move. And if I'm not open, I ain't open. But I'm certainly not going to force it. So I'm not trying to compare the two players in terms of personality, but you got to give him a little grace because he did get brought onto the team halfway through the season, then broke his damn wrist or did whatever the hell to his wrist. I mean, shoot, not much time with your quarterback. And we're in the mode of trying to speed things up so we can get this thing going. So try to hurry up and try to get this thing. Maybe, he said it. I'm a cerebral guy. I'm a very cerebral guy. I can get these things. It's just a matter of chemistry between the two. So you got to give them the benefit of the doubt that they can get it down this offseason. At 14 mil, I think I'd be willing to give that a chance. So let's talk about it. Oh, okay, my bad, Walter. I see you, Walter. He said, I'm not saying you, Rico. I'm speaking for the Bills' perspective. I hear you. I do hear you. But I kind of give you a general idea as well for why folks would give Cooper a bit of a grace period. You feel me? So anyway, Yeah, Jeff King. So you're a fool, Jeff King. So here we go. Let's go. Damar Hamlin. Are we bringing Damar Hamlin? Yo, y'all give me the thumbs up in the chat right now. Damar Hamlin. Or down? Are we bringing Damar Hamlin back? However you guys want to see it and look at it. If you're going to put your thumbs up, maybe put on depth player or just don't even bring him back whatsoever. For me, if I'm bringing anybody back, because I know that this team doesn't have money, earlier today, I was ready. I said this because I had a Bleacher Report show, and I said thumbs down. I kind of talked myself into thinking maybe as a depth player, and he's cheap, you can bring him back. But then I look at the total, the talent, and I feel that we can get much better talent in free agency or in the draft. So I'm sticking to it. Heck no, I ain't bringing that brother back. Yo, and you know what? You persevered in Buffalo. You got your confidence back. You'll always have a place in people's hearts in Buffalo, especially those that were at the game or you've met in person. And nah, bro, you got to go. That thumbs down is coming from me, bro. And no disrespect. It's just, I feel like you're probably better off to get your bearings elsewhere. Now, it wouldn't shock me if they brought him back as a depth piece at cheap. It definitely wouldn't. But if it were my choice to say, do I bring him back or do I not? Nah, bro, because I prefer Cam Lewis at safety, to be honest with you. I would take Cam Lewis at safety before Damar Hamlin. Is that crazy? Because that's what I would do. And I got Cole Bishop ready to go, so I'm good on that. We good on that. So thumbs down to my guy, Damar Hamlin. Here we go. Ty Johnson. What do we feel about Ty Johnson? Are we bringing Ty Johnson back based on what we talked about? Third string running back. Market value looks at 2.2 years, 5.3. Maybe he comes back and says, bro, I want to be here longer, long term. Buffalo's like, nah, bro, you're a third string running back. What you think? Oh, I got someone with me. Abby's with me when it comes to Damar Hamlin. We'll see. We'll see. Somebody said Damar Hamlin's not a hitter. Oh, that's Ja. You know what's funny? Damar Hamlin, if you go look back at his college tape, he was considered a hitter, like a hard-hitting safety when he played at Pitt. Crazy to believe that. But go back and look. He's known as a hard-hitting safety. Anyway, I digress. Here we go. Sandman says, I'm with you, man. But that damn cap space, man, that cap space is what's killing us right now. So, Ty Johnson, what do you guys got? I got a lot of thumbs up. Thumbs up for Ty. All right. Ty Johnson, thumbs up. Woo, everybody's feeling Ty Johnson. Not even thinking about it. Ty Johnson, back with the squad. Too Crispy says, yo, Ty had an underwhelming finish, but he was great most of the season. I'd keep him at the 3 spot if he's here for it. The question is, at $5.7 million, almost $6 million, 5.3, I'm putting money on him. 5.3, 2.7 mil, isn't that a lot? Isn't that steep for a third string running back? Keep this in mind. If James Cook will be retained and re-signed to a big deal, you would assume that he's going to get majority of the touches, if not more touches. I can't see the touches remaining the same, especially if we're going to pay James Cook the money that he believes he deserves. So then you got Ray Davis in the hook that's going to be going to his second year, that's going to be looking to build his career and be that guy that can pass protect, pretty much be everything that Ty Johnson is in the third string position. Here's the difference. They like Ty Johnson for his special teams ability. They like Ty Johnson for his ability to get out there and catch passes on third down as a third down back, to get out there and pass protect. And he's a trustworthy guy. Do you bring him back? Frank Gore Jr. Are we in for Frank Gore? Do we care? Did he do enough for you to say, are we looking at the name and nothing else? Do we want to see more of Frank Gore Jr.? What do you do with Ty? Laura, you're right. You're absolutely right, Laura. We're so broke, we're making decisions with only $2 million. I got it. That's when you know you don't got no money. You should like, yo, like you got a $2 bill, you folded it once, you folded it the other time, then you folded it back down. You trying to make the most out of nothing. Well, here's my decision. Bring Ty Johnson back. If you're going to make a run and go back to the playoffs and go back to make a run to the Super Bowl. You don't want to change too much. You want to keep the core together. So you got to bring Ty Johnson back. And if Frank Gore Jr. can beat out Ty Johnson fair and square, then shoot, we got ourselves a competition. But I'm bringing Ty Johnson back at $2.7 million a year on a 2-year deal. Why not? Peanuts. Let's run it back. If you want to keep things the way they are, let's run that thing back, because that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Running it back and just tweaking a few things that we do have. Keeping the offense intact as much as we can. Why the heck not? You got to do it. My man Koala says, facts. We don't need to drastically change the whole team. We just need that dude. 100%. I'm with you. So, everybody, are we in? Thumbs up. If you're thumbs up, give me a thumbs up in the chat. If you're like, nah, bro, I'm not feeling that, give me that thumbs down. But I think I saw a whole lot of thumbs up. So, let's keep it like that. We'll go thumbs up. Here we go. Next on the list, Mac freaking Hollins. Mac Hollins. Are we bringing him back? 32 years old. Not the fastest guy. Doesn't have the greatest hands. But boy, when we need to call on someone to make something happen, he's been that guy. Led the team in receiving touchdowns. How do you not bring Mac Hollins back? Give me the thumbs up. Mac Hollins is here to stay. You got to give it to me. Boom, boom, boom. Mac Hollins got to come back. Like my man Koala and I were saying, you can't change drastically too much. You want to add, but you don't want to subtract too much. You want to add to the scene. And if the addition that you make happens to allow you to subtract somewhere else, but it still makes you potent, why not? Mac Hollins, you coming back to Buffalo, baby. You coming back to Buffalo. And if you don't like that 1-year deal that Spot Track is saying that you're worth, we could talk about a 3-year deal. 3-year, $9 million. You know what I mean? You get $3 million here, 3 there. We call it a day. It's a win-win. You get to end your career in Buffalo. How about that? 3 years, $9 million. Let's go. You know what I mean? Last year is voided, and if we like you enough, we'll give you some more. We can tinker with the contract. I like it. Are y'all with me? Y'all with me? We give him thumbs up. Boom. Let's go. Mac Hollins all day. We like it. Let's go. 10 toes down. Let's go. What's up? My girl Caitlin Blount says, yo, absolutely thumbs up. He needs to come back. He will want to come back. And he will ball out again and get paid somewhere next year to end his career, or win a Super Bowl and we can end his career here. I personally don't think he wants to go anywhere else. I think he's found his spot. I think he enjoys the Buffalo fans. I think he enjoys the city of Buffalo and how they love their ball. How do you not want to play with Josh Allen on top of that? And you're close. You feel like you're this close. Why don't you want to be part of that? Yo, give me a thumbs up. Give me that thumbs up, man. You got me looking like Jim Duggan. Oh, give me that thumbs up. All right, here we go. Next on the list. This one's a tough one, man. Rasul Douglas. Do you bring back Rasul? Do you bring back Rasul? He's going to be 31. Veteran in the game. He was making $7 million a year last year. Spot Track is saying he's going to make around 11.9 to 12 mil. That's a pretty decent contract to bring back a 31-year-old. Veteran guy, understands it, is hungry, wants to make it happen. He saw how close we can be. Rasul Douglas, yay or nay? Yay or nay? And if he is your backup, how much are you willing to pay your backup? You trying to pay your backup a 3-year, $35 million deal? And then you got to tell him, if we bring you back, we're not bringing you back as a starter, or we're bringing you back to compete. If you compete and you win, then it's a whole different ballgame. But then you got to give him that contract. What will the contract reflect? Is it a reflection of me being a starter? Or is it a reflection of I got to compete? This one's a tough one. My man Bullish says, yo, Rasul is a day one starter easily. I don't know what we're even talking about, he says. You got to bring that brother back. Cole Schaefer says, I want Rasul. I just don't know for the price tag and exposure. This is one of the hardest ones for me. but gotta go thumbs up. Hey, okay, this one's a little mixed. I see that this one's mixed. My man, Too Kidriby said Douglas looks like a third string these days. Too crispy, ain't liking him. Richard Force says 47 been hurt twice since becoming a Bill. I'm good with that Benford to pay with that Benford. Well, Benford's a whole different ballgame. Benford, he's gonna get his. Trust me. My man said this is a Madden franchise decision that you have to get right. You do have to get this right. This one's a tough one. This one is an absolute tough one. Do you bring him back? Caitlin Blunt says he's going to be too expensive. It sucks, but we'll have to go cheaper and we'll probably be less talented. But it's business. I don't see them paying him. He's going to be vulnerable with the injuries. That's a great point because he started to get a little more nicked up. He got nicked up at the end of the season, his first year with us. He's got nicked up a little bit this year. And it's just, I don't know. I'm not sure. I have it stuck in my head when the Baltimore game, when Derrick Henry hit that 87-yard touchdown and Rasul Douglas was right there and he decided to make a business decision. I still remember that to this day. It's vivid. And I was like, get that guy out of here. But I remember the first year that he came to the Bills, I was like, bro, I love this guy. This guy's around the football. Man, get this guy a contract extension. Good thing I'm not GM. Good thing I'm not the GM. Slick Crook says, no interceptions for Douglas last year when our defense was tops in the league at creating turnovers. But sometimes you don't have to get turnovers, bro. Look, Darrelle Revis wasn't a guy that had a whole lot of interceptions in his career because he was locking stuff down. He didn't want people throwing his way. Now, I'm not saying Rasul Douglas is Darrelle Revis, not at all. But sometimes if you in the right place, right time, and you take away what the quarterback's looking at, who knows? But it does concern me in a zone defense where we were tied for third with 32 takeaways, 16 interceptions. I don't even know if any of them went to him. So I don't know, folks. So I guess let me see what the chat is saying. Walter says, I don't know how people can watch our defense get cooked in the passing game and want all the same starters. No to Douglas. Walter is like, no, what don't y'all get? This defense has been killing us in the playoffs. We allow way too many points. We allow quarterbacks to willy-nilly pass all over us. No. What do you not understand? I get him. Star Baby says, damn, he gone. He gone. Real Kings, we broke as a joke right now, so we may have no choice but to bring that brother back. Richard's like, I don't care what y'all saying, thumbs down. All right. I see a lot more. I see it split, to be honest with you, because I'm looking at the chat, reading the chat, scrolling as much as I can and trying to respect doing the show. But I see it. I see there's more thumbs down. Listen, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of this, right? Depends on negotiating cost. Forget about the negotiating cost. At this point, forget about the negotiating cost because I can tell you an absolutely stupid number, or I can tell you he'll accept a 3-year, $6 million deal. Do you bring him back? You'll be like, sure, but as a backup. He's going to be like, no, but I want to be a starter. Then you're like, then no, then go. So if money's not the issue, even if I would have told you it was going to be like a 3-year, $1 million deal, something stupid, you guys would probably still say, no, probably not. I don't think so. You guys would justify not bringing him in there. Had I said he wants to make a 6-year, $60 million deal, you'd be like, get the heck out of here. Of course you would. So whether it's a cheap deal or not, you guys don't want him here. Or do you? I don't think he's prepared to be a backup. I think he still feels he's starter material in this game, and I truly believe he is as well. So here's how I had it in my Bleach Report, and I'm going to keep it the way it was. And if you guys haven't decided to follow me on Bleach Report, go ahead and follow me on Bleach Report. They've revamped the whole app. So if you followed me before, you didn't before, after that, go ahead and follow me again, Rico_BF_. Let's go. Here's how I look at it. I'm ready to have another corner next to Benford. I just feel it's necessary. I just feel that we just need a little bit of youth at that position. I feel we need a little bit more speed at that position. And I think that we can find that in free agency, or we can definitely find that in this draft. And if we got the picks, we absolutely have the picks. We got 10 picks this season. So we're going to find ourselves a corner. I mean, heck, we've got one of the best developing coaches in the game at developing the defensive backfield. You got Babbage and you got McDermott. You have Benford, that was a 6th round draft pick from Villanova, doing what he's doing right now. We found a gem in him. We had Jackson, that is now with Carolina, that we developed. He was a 7th round draft pick. I mean, shoot, what more do you want? Didn't we have that brother that went to the Pittsburgh Steelers? I mean, he was doing quite well. Late round. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you guys. Levi Wallace was a serviceable corner. It wasn't like we drafted that brother in the 1st round, bro. We can move on from Rasul Douglas not because he can't play, but because I feel that we can get someone in the draft. Dane Jackson, thank you. We can get someone in the draft to develop and get the most out of them. Levi Wallace, Dane Jackson. Who else am I missing that we've had before? Cam Lewis has been serviceable at corner. I think we'll be all right. I honestly think we'll be all right. I think we let Rasul Douglas walk. We get cheaper. We need to get cheaper anyway and put more money in our pocket. Too Crispy says, yo, Wallace and Dane State still ain't it. Douglas was a massive upgrade. He's regressing pretty quick, though. Well, that's the point. We got to get younger. We have to get younger. We do. It's just simple as that. I need my defensive backfield to be on the younger side. Look, Cole Bishop, 22, 23. Taylor Rapp, 25, 26. I think he's just about to turn 26. Christian Benford, 23, 24, maybe 25. I'm not even sure he's that close. I like my youth in my cornerback room. So for me, I think we spent a lot more time than I wanted on this one. Rasul Douglas. Pains me because I like Rasul, but it pains me. You gotta go. You gotta go. So you gotta go, bro. And you can take Kyrie Elam with you. You can take Kyrie Elam with you because that brother was a bust. My man Babbage and McDermott can't develop Elam either. I'll give them their props. Listen, Kyrie Elam is a very interesting case. Kyrie Elam is an interesting case, man. Kyrie Elam. Oh, I can't understand that, brother, man. I just cannot. I can't understand him. You got all the tangibles, the physical tools to be what is good, what looks like a corner. The speed, the length, the physicality, because I know he wants to tackle. He'll tackle. But between the ears and that heart, he ain't got it, kid. He ain't got it. He ain't got it. That's just the best way I can put it, man. Elam holds you. Elam holds, so you know he's going with him. Yo, he's definitely going with him. Yo, wait for me. Wait for me. Let me throw that flag at your ass before you get out of here, just for good measure. Just for good measure, so you know what's up. It's tough. It's tough. So, Rasul Douglas, you got to go. Peace. You got to go, Rasul. You out of here, bro. You got to hold and take your homie with you. Take that young buck with you, Kyrie Elam. Y'all can go do whatever you got to do and do with your business. Kyrie will watch. Listen, Kyrie will be washing cars soon or in the CFL. I'll tell you this though. If you guys ever watch CFL, I know some of you guys in here have watched CFL. There are some dogs in the CFL. There's some dogs in the CFL. If Kyrie were to go that, Kyrie would get owned in CFL because there's motion. Slots motion. You can motion all you want in the CFL. So he'd be like, what? Everybody's moving. What? Let me dip 35 yards instead. Bro, y'all don't want to play with me in the CFL. CFL is a different game, man. It's fast. It's fast. But anyway, last but not least, Amari Cooper. Are we bringing back Amari Cooper? Yay or nay? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Here it is. The offense moves the football when he's on the field. You have to pay attention to Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper was banged up, didn't get a whole lot of time with Josh Allen, didn't get a lot of time with finding his place amongst the team. He was out there just getting conditioned. Conditioning is what he was doing. You bring him back on a cheap 2-year, $28 million deal, paying him $14 million a year for a 5-time Pro Bowler that was on the top 100 list last year at number 70. You absolutely bring him back. You got to. If Spot Track is correct with that market value, how do you not? How do you not? So for me, give me that thumbs up. Not only am I bringing him back, I could totally see Josh and him really get together. Because when Josh likes you as a person and he F's you and he really, look what he's done for the career of Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs was already a dog to begin with, but he elevated Stephon Diggs, right? You look at Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox is a great athlete, but Josh Allen made him made him for who he is right now because he likes him. He messes with you. Look at Mac Hollins. Josh Allen loves Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins leads the team in reception touchdowns. Bro, if these two can form a friendship, they don't got to play Call of Duty because, truth be told, Amari Cooper don't look like he plays no PlayStation. He looks like he's an Atari guy. With that close crop haircut, he's got the 1995 haircut. Like, he's an Atari guy, maybe Nintendo 64. He's got an old soul. He wants to play Zelda. You feel me? So, like, he might not be up with it. And I could be talking so much ish right now, and he's probably all up with the new stuff. But he don't look like he rocks with, he's an old soul. Like, he's got a record player that he lifts up, touches the little thing on there, the little needle, and plays his records and just sits down with a cigar, a little cognac, a little scotch, and he's good to go. That's what Amari Cooper gives me. And he and Josh can hang out and listen to Frank Sinatra together. I did it my way. Well, both of y'all got to find a way to do it together. Bring Coop back to Buffalo. Like I said, you don't got to change a whole lot. On this offense seems to have everything rolling. If you get those two going, Bob's your uncle. Coop is class, man. That boy's a classy dude. Classy dude. I'd bring it back. And then on top of that, you got 10 picks. You bring another rookie receiver in that mix. And now you got yourself something. Here we go. So I'm bringing Coop back to Buffalo. Give me Coop back to Bills. Walter says, so we'll be paying Cooper $12 million offseason where he played under 50% of the snaps and receiver 4 in production. And we're questioning a 25-year-old Cook playing 40% snaps. Come on, man. Hell no. Damn. Walter is not having it. So Walter, it seems as though you're more of a, I don't think anybody, there were people questioning James Cook. Facts. I was questioning James Cook. Eventually, I ended up saying it's about keeping the group together. And if you can keep the group together, you don't change a whole lot. You know what you get out of James Cook. But you're betting on Josh and Coop coming together and making it happen alongside, obviously, Khalil Shakir, Dalton Kincaid, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. How do you not? And for $14 million, is there a receiver in this upcoming draft? And that's another thing you got to look at. Is there a receiver in this upcoming draft that will be available to us at pick 30 that can give you the same Amari Cooper veteran ability? I mean, what he knows in this league, how he can get around, and how he knows how to play. And if there's a receiver in this draft class that's legit, because I haven't put my cap on and dove into free agency like that. But I'm pretty sure if you were to throw Amari Cooper into that draft pool of players, he's up there. So why not get him for 2 years, 14 mil? That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. Anyway, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is my show. By the way, I'm just saying, if we're questioning production against Dallas for $1 for Cook, why aren't we doing it for everyone else? Well, we should. We absolutely should. I know what you're saying, brother. I know what you're saying. I love how you challenge you, brother. I love it. And by the way, Jeff King says, Cook ain't going anywhere, and neither is Coop. Trust me. And by the way, thumbs up for Coop. I'm bringing him back to Bills. I'm bringing him back. I got to bring him back. I've got to bring him back. Caleb Blount says, Allen doesn't win MVP without Cooper. Oh, he took the number one corner game after game, and that allows other guys to eat. He's unselfish, but boy, do I wish he was just a little hungrier. Listen, hopefully this offseason, that's what happens to him. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this offseason, he go, all right, I'm healthy. I'm good. I'm going to condition myself a little bit more. I was in Cleveland, so I didn't really care. So I was just kind of going with the motions. Now that I'm with a championship type team, shoot, let me get my act together. Let me try to make some things happen. So, Kaylin, you're on it, girl. You're on it. So, folks, if you enjoyed this show, smash that like. If you haven't subscribed to this channel for whatever reason, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow this channel as much as we can, and I know that you appreciate the content that my man Z-Bot and I bring to the table alongside Pierre. It's going to continue. It's going to be a little slower, and we're going to try to bring everything we can to you as we go. The POP is going to be starting soon, so you guys already know what time it is. Is this player part of the process, or is he part of the problem? We're going to go through the whole roster, and then free agency is about to start. Bro, things are going to happen, man. Things are going to happen, but it's going to be slow. It's going to be slow. Last thing before I get out of here. For the hockey players and the hockey watchers in the chat, I'm not a hockey guy, but I'm going to tell you something. The Canadians might take your ass. Listen, y'all got us the first game, but we're going to get our lick back. I'll tell you right now, when I heard, and I had to go rewatch it, in the first 9 seconds, there were 3 fights happening. Woo! That shit had me hyped. So I'm about to watch this thing, and I'm about to watch my Canadians whoop that tail from the UST. You got to. And I love my American friends. I love y'all. But y'all need to get your asses beat. Y'all were walking around like you know me, you're that deep. And then Sweden says, nah, hold on a second. The Swedes were like, nah, bro, chill out. And we handled the Swedes. We handled Finland. So we're going to handle your ass again. We're going to get our lick back. We are going to get our lick back, and it's going to be nice. And I can't wait, because Friday, I'm going to come on your – I'm going to be all over your asses. And we better win. We better win this time. My man said, yo, Rico, you picked the wrong time. Disappointment loading. This is why I can't wait. I'm not even a hockey guy, which is crazy. But this little thing got me rolling. And here's why I bring it up. Here's the reason I bring it up. Because I got to give respect to hockey players. I got to give respect to the sport of hockey. You don't really see a whole lot of, out of the best sports in the world. You hear soccer, you hear football, you hear the NBA, and then you hear hockey and everything else, right? But I got to say, there was a clip from PK Subban today that I clipped on my Twitter, and I could not agree more. PK nailed it on the head, and he was talking about the passion that hockey players bring. There's no faking the funk. There's absolutely no faking the funk. And you get in there, you bust your ass, and that's what it is. There's no alley-oop here and I'll run here. No, they're skating on the ice, and if you ain't got it, go ahead and move on. I love the format of, the Four Nations Cup. You gotta love that. And then it got me thinking about the NBA, because the NBA, what a disappointment it was this weekend. I was in and out watching it, but it was an utter disappointment. Utter disappointment. It was terrible. So I have a moment to kind of, express that the hockey dudes are doing it right. And if you want to get these guys to really buy in, do what the freaking hockey cats are doing. Do a version of Four Nations Cup, but you do U.S. versus world. Get your all-star Americans and your all-star, all-star freaking Euro players or world players. Let these boys go out. I guarantee you're going to see these boys playing hard, man. Luka, you know what I'm saying? And where the Joel Embiid wants to, claim. I don't know what the heck this brother wants to claim. But you got the Euro guys going up against the Americans, bro. I would absolutely love it. The NBA has been a disappointment. No disrespect to Mac McClung. Good. That boy can dunk. But, what the hell was that? That whole weekend was sus. You got Wemby throwing the ball at the hoop and just not caring. Bro, people pay money to come see this stuff, and you messing up with the whole thing. So then it got me thinking, what would the NFL and the Pro Bowl, I know it hasn't been the same. Now they're doing touch football and stuff like that. If they were to bring, and I probably know they're never going to bring it back, but how dope would it be if you want to excite and get the Pro Bowl back up and running? You always hear about guys always repping their alma mater. So I don't know college ball like that, but if you had the Big Ten, I'm making stuff up here, the Big Ten and Big 12 players in the NFL that came from any of these schools that are part of that, you guys are on this squad, and you got, I don't know, SEC and, I don't know, freaking Pac-12. I'm making something like that, right? On this squad, right? Try to mix some up somehow to find something to get the fans back into it. Because at the end of the day, you're ruining it for the fans. You're ruining it for the fans, man. Give the fans something to really watch and say, bro, that was the best. We saw the best of the best that's in it. And if you're a basketball watcher, the only guy that could really kind of set the tone and bring it back up again would be Ant-Man. He don't care about nothing. I'm not your friend. I'm here to kill you. And maybe Wemby, if he understands that what he did was some garbage, get your act together, and then we roll with it. But the NBA product, ain't nobody watching that mess no more. And then once LeBron goes, what you got? When Kobe and Jordan, Iverson, and them boys were doing, they went at you. They were at your ass, man. Now, it's a damn joke. It's an absolute damn joke. But good for hockey, man. Hockey got everybody talking. They got everybody talking. They got me talking hockey. I mute the word hockey on my Twitter just because I don't want to hear nothing about hockey. But shoot, I unmuted that bitch. I was like, let me get into it. Sports is sports. You got to love the sports. Love to see it. So that being said, go Canada, go. And we going to whoop on them USA boys. And then come Friday, y'all going to hear me. Y'all going to hear me. And if we lose, I'm up for it. I'm totally up for it. By the way, Jeff King comes to the toughest game around, takes the ball to play hockey, takes heart to play football, but hockey, all balls, bro. Love it. Playoff hockey is a different ball game. You got to love that too. By the way, Kaylin comes in, she goes, I love Zebot, but boy, do I miss Rico and chat going back and forth like this. Sometimes you got to tell Zebot to chill for a second, breathe, see what the chat has to say. Bro, you're so right. Zebot, sometimes he gets so into his thing, his craft, that he's in the zone. You love it because you're captivated by what my guy Zebot is saying. But sometimes, he can breathe. He can breathe a little bit. Check the chat, see what they're saying, and then we go from there. You know what I mean? But he always comes back to get the chat afterwards. But sometimes in the moment, you got to catch that and see what's going on. But Kaylin, we always appreciate constructive criticism because we're not perfect, man. We gotta get better at all this, man. We gotta get better, and that's what it comes down to. It's accountability. Take accountability, get better, and make the product better. Just like we're asking these NFL, NBA guys to make the product better. As a podcaster, we got to make it more interactive, and that way you can chat with us and you can get it rolling. I don't mind getting roasted. Sometimes I get roasted in the chat, and I'll fess up to it. I fight back though. I definitely fight back. But anyway, love it, Kaylin. It's the passion. You know what it is. You know what it is, girl. We appreciate you. Appreciate you very much so, by the way. And I appreciate every one of y'all. So that being said, I appreciate you guys for tuning in to another show. And if you guys enjoyed it, you guys already know what to do. Smash it, share it, do all that good stuff. And let's grow this channel to 30K. Free agency is just around the corner. Who do we bring? We're going to be talking about that. Free agency from quarterback to running back. Do we need to bring anybody at the running back? The offense, I'll be honest with you, there's not a whole lot to talk about on the offense. There might be a free agent receiver that we could bring in rather than signing Amari Cooper. That's where we have to figure it out. Brandon Beane's in the position. Does he sign guys now and just wait to see if something comes out in free agency? Or does he let some of these players walk like Rasul Douglas and obviously Amari Cooper and then just let everything play out the way they're supposed to? You run the risk. You run the risk of letting these players walk, and now the talent pool isn't as great. The beautiful thing about this is Buffalo is a desired destination to play. It used to be Buffalo, you go there to die. It's facts. It used to go there to Buffalo because, you know what I mean, it was a last little contract that I can get. I mean, and I'll go over there. T.O. knew he wasn't going to win in Buffalo, but we were willing to pay T.O., and T.O. came. It used to be that kind of destination with those ugly-ass uniforms. That ain't the case anymore. This is a winning franchise. So players ain't looking at Buffalo to come and get a paycheck and go. Now, we looking to get a paycheck and win. The only questionable contract that I would say that Brandon Beane has signed was two guys. It was Trent Murphy. I couldn't believe that signing. I'm till this day, I was like, bro, why'd you do that? You're wasting money with that guy. Anyway, that's just me. And Von Miller was a little questionable. Von Miller's contract was definitely a little questionable. But we'll see. We might be able to bring him back or we might not. We'll see. We'll see how that all plays out. Anyway, Caitlin Blount says, hey, we appreciate you. Smash our life for these guys. It's the offseason. It'll be tougher for these guys to get views. Girl, you know it. So make sure everyone hits that button and do it or else, or she's going to come after your ass. I'll tell you this, though. I'll be real with you. Sometimes it's not about the views for real, though. I'm not going to cap to you. Sometimes I need to get some things off and we need to talk about it. If I had 30 people watching with me, it is what it is. We just talking football. And then we know how it is. It's the offseason. But I appreciate you nonetheless. So that being said, my black ass needs to get out of here. So we'll do this again on Friday. I will say this, though. I do have some news to share. My grandmother passed. She's 105. So she just recently passed. So your boy's a little broken a little bit. But I will say this, though. So there will be a week that I might be a little off, meaning I won't be potting because I'll be out of town and handling stuff with the fam. So next week, you might not see me. The week after, it'll be a little off a little bit, trying to get my bearings back into it. But, listen, man, 105 is no small feat. That's a rich age. The blessing altogether. So it'll be good to go and spend time with the family. So if you don't see me next week, it's because I'm handling stuff with the fam and all that good stuff. But until next time, folks, you guys have a great one. And we will catch you guys on the flip side. It's your boy Rico. It's the Buffalo Fanatics. And we'll catch you on the flip. Peace.